This is the emergency broadcast system. The CDC is advising that you stay in your home.
We show up.
What's going on, everybody? It's your boy Carbon, and today we are talking some more Call of Duty Modern Warfare Battle Royale. And this evidence I have right here, I'm going to leave for you to choose, but this has to be some of the most solid evidence we have that shows Modern Warfare Battle Royale. Now, we've showed some different audio leaking. We've had a lot of different conversations about leaks in Battle Royale. But today, data miners who have searched the Call of Duty Modern Warfare PC files have now found many references and content surrounding the Battle Royale mode that could be coming to the game. So there have been many references within the files to BR, and we've talked about them in the past. But Activision has not announced any such mode for the game. And this new leak, posted on Reddit by the way, has showcased the points of interest on the map, an image of the overview of the map, and a look at the skill set and items in BR mode, and including player count and much more. So there's no indication of when or if the mode will ever be released, even though I'm very certain it will be. Rumors have suggested that the company plans to bring a Battle Royale mode to the game in early 2020 as a standalone free-to-play mode. Now, that's not new to us. We've talked about that. The first leak we are going to talk about here comes straight from the files. Now, again, this came from Reddit, and this is apparently an image of the Modern Warfare Battle Royale map. Now, I'll let you guys take a look at this and note that it's very, very similar to the one that the Gaming Revolution leaked a long time ago, months ago. Now, of course, there have been some changes to the map since the official leak, but this is the up-to-date map that we are looking at for Battle Royale. And these leaks even include some default options for public matches, such as player count, which is rumored right now, found in the PC files, to have a player count of 200 players. All right, 200, double that of Blackout. And then there's playlist. Of course, we're gonna have the solos, the duos, and squads. That's all we know of for now. There's also gonna be an in-game radar that is on to let people know at the end of the game where the others are hiding at. So it's really gonna come down to a, fight for your life, fight for that win. It's gonna be eliminating the campers at the very end, which I don't know if that's gonna be a good thing or a bad thing yet, but I love that they are working on this to make it more of their own Battle Royale Modern Warfare style. Now, that also has an infiltration option, which is the C-130, and we've talked about that over and over again, that the C-130 is going to be the vehicle that you drop out of in the very beginning of the game. And then the pre-game lobby free-for-all is on, the post-game exfiltration is off, your max health for the game in Battle Royale is going to be 150, the exact same as Blackout. There is no rumor for a trauma kit to bring it up any higher than 150. There's going to be a last stand health of 100. So even the fact that we're going to have last stand, all right, last stand in BR, be able to, possibly shoot the enemy after they shoot you, and at least hold them back so your teammates can come and get you. There's also going to be a last stand revive health of 30. There's going to be a last stand timer of 60 seconds, so you're going to get that last stand for 1 minute after you are downed. You're also going to get a last stand revive time of 7 seconds, so it'll take you 7 seconds to get revived. And then the friendly fire punish limit is 2, so you can only kill up to 2 people with friendly fire before I'm sure you are booted. And then Gulag is on. Now, I don't know what Gulag means, but it could be kind of cool. Now, they have additional options for private matches. All right, so you can have different infiltration options, not just the C-130, but you can also use a convoy or a Blackhawk. And then you can have starting weapons in private matches with either Fist, the G21 pistol, the MP5, the M4A1, and the knife. You can also enable Battle Royale loot, which turns on loot on supported maps. There's also going to be circle star size override, which is the size of the damage circle at map start. And then a default match starts with no circle, and you can use this for smaller matches, which they should have did in Blackout. So instead of having a custom game in Blackout, having 12 people on the entire freaking map, there's going to be smaller places that we can land. And there's also going to be a circle damage multiplier in these private matches. Now let's talk about respawn. You're going to get something called a respawn token, and these can be looted, but after one use, respawn tokens are disabled for the player who previously just used that respawn token. So to respawn a teammate, you'll obtain a respawn token, then drop their body near an ambulance. Hint, hint, we've talked about this. The ambulance, you can pick up your teammate and bring them to an ambulance. And once the body is dropped at the ambulance, the player will enter the Gulag queue for a chance to win a 1v1 and respawn into the match. And at some point during the match, the Gulag will be closed and no longer usable, thus preventing respawns. And once a player has respawned, they must locate and activate a mobile armory to retrieve their loadout that they lost when they went down. This is all very cool stuff, and it's going to make Battle Royale have a lot more than just survive. It's going to have a lot more gunfights because of the different kinds of revives that we can do and the respawns. But what about the missions? All right, missions are going to be in Battle Royale, and these missions can be looted via finding tablets. Only one mission can be active for a squad at a time, but there are different mission types. There's about 6 of them. The first one is called Tracked. The second one is called Time to Run. The third one is called Assassination, which is basically eliminate specific player. Then there's Scavenger Hunt, where you collect and scavenge crates. Then there's Domination, where you capture domination points. And then there's Random, which are just random missions. So if no bounty is available for the assassination mission, a consolation plunder will be awarded. So if you have nobody to assassinate for your assassination mission, then you are automatically given some plunder for the reward. And when a mission is started or completed, the entire squad will be notified by an on-screen message. Now, one thing Blackout also didn't have, but Fortnite did, and they honestly should have implemented this, is players are going to have the ability to mark vehicles, to mark locations, to mark items, enemies, and of course to mark dangerous locations. Rather than having to have a weird time trying to call out where the enemy is, and then your teammate then has to look at the compass and try to figure out where the enemy is, you'll be able to just mark them and everybody be able to see on your team. And then just like Apex Legends, there's going to be a jump master of the squad that can select a deployment point prior to the match start. And if the jump master chooses to discard the role, any player can become it. And then players who are not the jump master have the ability to jump separately from the team. If you detach from the jump master, you will not drop in the proximity to your loadout bag or loot. Now, just like we've talked about in previous videos, there's going to be different weapon levels, all right? We talked about this. The Gaming Revolution brought this up, and it's going to be just like Fortnite. There's going to be 5 different levels of weapons. Now, they are going to go as follows: white, green, blue, purple, gold. White being very common and gold being very rare. Now the white is going to have no attachments. The gold is going to be fully loaded out, and the green, blue, and purple, the in-betweens, are probably going to have a mixture of different attachments. There is also going to be limited inventory space, just like we know of from Modern Warfare, but we do not have any aspect as to how much we are going to be able to carry yet. We also know that there are going to be all weapons, all attachments, all equipment, all field upgrades, and all kill streaks from the multiplayer side. So if you are familiar with multiplayer, you're going to be very familiar with Battle Royale. Now, there's also some other things in this leak, such as gas mask, the vest, and helmets and bandages, ammo, backpacks, portable defibrillator, and plunder. Now, just from that, we know the backpack is going to be our inventory, and then the gas mask is something we've talked about in the past as well. You're going to want to put on a gas mask if you are in the gas, the circle basically, the danger zone, as you're getting to safety. Now, this is basically going to be like Blackout, having the perk that takes less damage when you are in the danger zone. Now, there's going to be helmets. We didn't have that in Blackout, but there are going to be helmets. Now, maybe there's going to be different levels. Maybe those different levels will take different bullets, or maybe it'll be just like H1Z1, the founder of Battle Royale, where it's one shot that breaks the helmet and the second shot to the head kills them. Now, inside of Battle Royale, you're going to be able to have 2 different weapons, but you're not going to be able to hold 2 of the same weapon. That's kind of common sense. They are not going to allow it. You can't carry 2 sniper rifles that are exactly the same. You can't carry 2 725 shotguns, so you can technically be quadruple pumping. And you can also not take armor of lower level than you're currently equipped, which is freaking awesome. I don't know why they didn't have that in Blackout. I was constantly wearing level 3 or level 2 and I was accidentally switching to level 1. Well, if you're already wearing a high enough armor and you even try to accidentally pick up a lesser armor, it will not replace it for you. And then what about if you find attachments for your weapon that do not fit your weapon? Well, you can still pick them up and they will go directly into your backpack. And of course, in this battle royale, we are going to have supply crates which contain potentially valuable equipment or items. If you guys watched one of my previous videos with the audio leaks, you know that we talked about possibly 5 different levels of armor. Well, this leak during the PC files kind of finds out that there's only 3. And there's also 3 levels of helmets, kind of. There's helmet level 1, which reduces headshot damage by 30 and reduces the effect of flash and concussion grenades. So helmets are actually going to help combat different flash and concussion grenades. That's freaking awesome. I'm sorry, that's actually level 3 that reduces headshot damage by 30 and reduces the effect of flash and concussion grenades. And then level 2 reduces headshot damage by 30, and then level 1 reduces headshot damage by 15. Now, what about armor? Well, level 1 armor is going to absorb 50 damage, just 50. It's going to absorb 50 damage. Now, ballistic vest level 2 absorbs 150 damage. And ballistic level 3 will absorb 150 damage and increase healing item usage by 25. Now, just like Blackout, there's going to be perks inside of Modern Warfare. We're going to go over those right frickin' now. The first one is High Alert. This grants vision when an enemy looks at you from outside of your field of view. And then there's a Spotter. Enemy equipment within a small radius is visible and highlighted to you even through walls. Then there's Tracker. Enemies leave footprints as they move and increased crouch movement speed. Then there's Stalker, which is faster movement while aiming down sight. Next we have Marksman, which allows you to identify enemies from farther away by showing their names at a greater distance. This is going to come in handy for you snipers out there. Then Sleight of Hand, reload your weapons 50% faster than normal. You're also going to have Armorer, which you can use armor plates 20% faster, and they supply 10% more armor. And that kind of confirms that armor plates are going to be in Battle Royale as well to repair your armor. Then the next perk is going to be Artisan Taste, which is weapons you pick up have a chance to automatically upgrade. Then there's also the perk Deep Pockets, which is any usable equipment you pick up has an extra use. And then there's Grenadier. Any throwable equipment you pick up has an extra use. And then Healer. Your medic item continues to heal for an additional 25% of the value over the next 20 seconds. Guys, I know this is a lot of perks, and I'm trying to get through them as fast as possible. I just nailed my knee on my desk. Freaking ow. The next perk you're going to have is Thief. So when you harvest, you're going to generate 20% more plunder, more currency. And then you're going to have Ammo Scavenger. Enemies you kill will always drop some ammunition. There's going to be Armor Scavenger, which enemies you kill will always drop armor plates. And then there's Medic Scavenger, which enemies you kill always drop some medic items. And then fourth for Scavenger is we have Plunder Scavenger. Enemies you kill always drop some plunder. Now, the next perk is Bounty Hunter. So if you kill someone with more perks than you, you gain enough points to match them, and then you can replace this perk. Next is going to be Ghost. If you are invisible to drones and sensors. That's crazy that there's going to be drones and sensors inside of Modern Warfare Battle Royale as well. It's crazy. Next perk is called Sneaky. Your footsteps are invisible, and enemies are not warned when you track them. And finally, the last perk is the Explosive Ordnance Disposal, which is explosive resistance, and you can capture enemy claymores and mines. God, that's so crazy. There's going to be some mines and some claymores in Modern Warfare Battle Royale. This is going to be such a great game. Now you're going to have kill streaks. Kill streaks are in Battle Royale, and they are activated using lethal and tactical buttons, just like we're used to in multiplayer. And then Juggernauts cannot pick up loot. If you are a Juggernaut, you can't pick up loot. And then there's UAV satellite trucks that must be charged before scanning an area. Once used, they will remain on cooldown for some time before coming back online. Like what? UAV satellite trucks? What is going on? There are also going to be armory kiosks where I'm sure you can upgrade your weapon and do what you want to do to make your weapon yours. Now, we talked about plunder quite a bit in some of these different leaks of Battle Royale, but here's some more information, some more details about plunder. You will earn plunder by completing missions and eliminating enemies, and then you will purchase game-changing items at plunder box locations. You collect plunder and convert it into XP by depositing it into ATM machines located throughout the game. And yes, we've talked about this a lot, ATM machines and banks and whatnot. So the player who collects the most plunder in a match will be named the best plunderer. There is a minimum amount of plunder required before depositing it into the bank. So you have to get a certain amount before it can be deposited so you can claim your XP. And then plunder dropped from eliminated enemies expires after some time. So if you get that kill, you might want to get there pretty quickly so you can get that plunder if you're one of those people who are out there for just the plunder. And then when a player enters a bank, the bank alarm will sound, alerting all enemies within the vicinity that there is somebody at the bank and they got some freaking money and they're depositing it, all right? So you got to be quick when you're in this bank. Now, let's talk about the Gulag. We've talked about it a couple of times in this video, but what is Gulag? Well, it's the Gulag prison camp, and I'm sure some of you guys are familiar with Gulag from Gunfight. So this is going to be a one-on-one single round match, win to respawn. So when Gulag is enabled, players will have a chance to respawn back into the match by winning a 1v1 fight. The Gulag acts as a King of the Hill style gauntlet, meaning players in the Gulag queue will spectate the players who are currently fighting in the Gulag. There will be a countdown on the screen indicating how many rounds are left until you fight. There's also going to be a jailbreak, and a jailbreak happens every so often and kicks all players out of the Gulag and back into the match. And then players also have the ability to place bets on players who are fighting using plunder. Guys, this is all the information I have right now for Modern Warfare. And if this isn't freaking enough for you, I'm sorry. I don't know if I can find much more, guys. I honestly don't know if I can. Battle Royale is a thing. When will you get it? Everything I just talked about is absolutely amazing. And it absolutely confirms everything that has been leaked all the way back into like July. Of course, there's been a few changes here and there, but all in all, the changes are for the good, and they are finishing up this game now, so it can be ready by January 2020, and I'm so excited. And if you guys are excited as well, and you guys enjoyed these videos, then please, we are getting closer to 20,000 subscribers. Hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, hit the notification button, so you can stay up to date on these leaks. And also leave a comment, let me know what I did wrong. You guys always do. Thanks for watching. It's your boy Carbon. God, this was a long video. Peace.